now want to tell you the story about the ancient Chinese town of Chop Suey. I know it sounds kind of silly, but it's true. In the old town of Chop Suey, there were two old-time magicians. Their names were Yu Tu Old and Chuan Fat. Now, you're laughing at me like I'm making this stuff up, but it's true. Now, the magic spirits in those days would only allow one magician at a time to have the magical powers. So they had to figure out a way to determine who was going to have the magical powers. And so they each had their own magic wand. And they attached tassels to each magic wand. And whoever had the long tassel would have the magical powers. So right now, Yu Tu Old would have the magical powers. But if Chuan Fat wanted the magical powers, he'd have to pull on his tassel and take the powers away from Yu Tu Old. If Yu Tu Old wanted the magical powers, he'd pull on his tassels and take the powers back away from Chuan Fat. And back and forth this would go. Chuan Fat, Yu Tu Old, Chuan Old, Yu Tu. Anyway, I get these guys confused because they look so much alike. Now, one day, Chuan Fat wanted to see if he could keep the power, keep the magical powers. And so he hopped up into the hills, he pulled on his tassel, and took the powers away from Yu Tu Old. And he was able to keep his powers all through his travels until he came back to the ancient Chinese town of Chop Suey. Now, Yu Tu Old, being without magical powers for a long time, pulled on his tassel, took the powers back away from Chuan Fat. Now, there was a young maiden in the village who thought she had the answer to the problem, and she went ahead and pulled on the other tassel gently. And for a while, both magicians had the magical powers, but this angered the magic spirits. And so the magic spirits came down, and they took the powers away from both magicians, and that is the end of the story.